What is up, One Up Nation? We are One Up for Life. I am Bobby.
B.
Greg.
And today we are doing Destiny.
Destiny.
Now,
My favorite game.
we all have Destiny.
Surprisingly.
Yeah?
It's surprising that it's his favorite because when we first were discussing about buying it, he was
he was against it.
Going,
I
he was
wasn't
like,
against it.
You
Yes,
were
you
against
were.
it.
I just thought it looked just like Halo.
But
Well,
you were
it does look
against
just
it.
like Halo. But it plays a little bit like Battlefield, so I knew
Yeah.
you'd like it.
And like now nobody plays with me.
Well,
Forever alone.
Alright, we'll play it
I've been
together
like
later.
telling Brandon
play it together
to
later.
fucking get
How about
on with me. He's like, no, I'll play Shadow of Mordor.
Well...
It's either that or it's my school works first. So
Yeah. But no, we all have Destiny. I have it for Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I bought the PlayStation 4 version of it. Yeah.
sorry guys, but Bobby has a damn cat, and I'm like dying over here right
You
now.
know,
I'm
a
sorry.
twig or maybe a whole tree in there.
I'm sorry. Well, at least we don't do this at Aaron's house with his 9
There'd be a
cats.
coffin here.
Yeah. This was B.
This was me.
He's a coffin now. But we all have Destiny. I got a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 White Destiny bundle to play with you guys, and I still haven't played with you guys yet.
The first night you got it, you sent me a message like, "Hey, you want to play Destiny?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to bed." It was like midnight.
Hey, shut up. Okay.
And you probably still didn't get yours because you ordered it online.
Actually, it was around that time.
Yeah, I didn't think you had it yet.
Yeah.
But we've all played Destiny. We've all played the story mode, which there is none. And then we all played the multiplayer. And I gotta say, I really like it because it feels like Halo to me. But it also plays like Battlefield. Looks just like Halo, plays like Battlefield.
I can see that.
But it also has a lot of like Diablo 3 effects to it too, like the skill building and the
the skill building, the armor, the character level itself, and then also the enemies that they level up with you. That's kind of like a Diablo skill set itself because a lot of the characters or enemies in Diablo do the same. As far as I guess they kind of match your fighting style also in Diablo, so I really can't dog them on that either.
I think it has a lot of MMO aspects in the gameplay, but it also has so many other aspects in the gameplay as well. It's definitely a game of its own type. There's not really anything you can like apples to apples compare it to because it's completely different than anything else. Like there's aspects of this game, aspects of this game, aspects of this game, but it's the only one that puts them all together like that.
Quick question for the both of you guys: did it meet your expectations for Destiny?
Yes and no.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just going to be like Halo because
You came in with no expectations.
Yeah, I came in with no expectations. And then my buddy from work is like, you should get Destiny so we could play together. I was like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. I have to play it anyways.
Yeah, I say yes and no. The only reason I say no is because it's Bungie. I thought it would have like an amazing storyline for it.
But it lacked a story.
It doesn't have really any story. It has bits and pieces of something that you want to know more about that it doesn't actually tell you about.
No.
I
want to know a lot more about the Traveler.
I think it's more because...
To be honest.
I think it's more because Destiny's supposed to be Bungie's 10-year plan.
There is DLC coming out.
There is DLC, but there's not enough. There's not enough content in that DLC.
But they're also making another one.
Yeah,
and that actually went against their golden rule for Bungie. They were not going to make another game. Everything was going to be DLC or expansion.
Well, I think that pretty much their next Destiny game is a quote-unquote expansion, but it's going to be a different disc expansion. So it's going to be an expansion of the story, but it's going to actually be a completely different game at the same time. I think that since it's Bungie's 10-year plan, they're going to pretty much franchise it.
Yeah, they could be doing like a sequel to it, just only due to the fact that I guess Activision is kind of making them do it. Because, I mean, I don't know, a lot of people keep up on the stocks they bring in or their shareholders, but when Destiny released, it was a big disappointment to Activision. They were very disappointed in Bungie, and due to the lack, they talked it up for so long, and then Activision didn't get the feedback that they thought they would from Bungie's great game that they were promoting, and due to that, they lost so many stocks and shareholders due to it.
I think it's also because it's the same thing that happens to so many games, and there were so many games that have come out this year that have fallen victim to this. It's if you're going to promote your game and make it so like amazing sounding, 9 times out of 10 you're going to fall short because you're going to come in with so many high expectations that you're not going to meet them, and people are going to get very upset about that, and they're going to be disappointed. Like I said, I was disappointed that there wasn't a lot of story in there because it's Bungie. They made the Halo story. Halo has comic books, movies, magazines, novels,
now
games.
They're starting to get a TV show too.
Right.
Yeah, and like a kick-ass soundtrack for every single game. And that was Halo, and it's all done through their story. Exactly. Thank you. That was beautiful, by the way.
I love seeing the people do that shit in like tunnels and shit.
Oh, yeah.
They nail it.
But like that's the thing.
American Idol that shit.
Halo has such a huge following because of the story. And Bungie made that story from beginning to end.
You know how we were when we played Halo Reach, and then when we progressed to Halo 4 when we played. I mean, we were on that.
Oh, yeah.
The story was amazing.
We beat the campaign in a day, and then we played it again.
And we played it again just for the hell of it, because we can.
And then we did that, and then we played it again. And we just played it on a different difficulty every time. And then when we finished, your other friend came on. I was like, I'll play it again, whatever.
Exactly.
So we played it again. I played it 4 times in a day, and we finished it every time. So it's because you want that story. I go hard at video games at times.
Halo is one of those games that you can just play and play and play and
Exactly.
play. And that's why I think it feels the same way with Destiny.
See,
because basically you play the same missions over and over again,
But see, I don't
they're
get
just
that feeling.
harder.
Like when I owned an Xbox and I had Halo, I loved putting Halo in. I loved playing it. I loved the feel that I got from it and everything else. I get the complete opposite from Destiny.
I think the biggest thing about Destiny, though, is that I understand, like, the rankings and everything, but what irritates me is that soft cap. That soft level 20 cap. That it's like, oh, you can go higher if you have the right armors. And then at that point in time, you're grinding out like you would in MMO. And at that point in time, you have to get to the point. You get to the point that you're like, I am so tired of grinding for these epics.
These legendary.
Yeah, these legendaries that, they only drop once in a blue moon. So it's like when you go through everything that you need to go through and you don't get the legendaries, you start getting very, very discouraged and you stop playing. And I think that's what happens a lot with players of Destiny, that, when they realize I'm not going to get this legendary. And if I do, watch it be not to the right class. That happened to me a lot. I was a hunter and I would get an epic, but it was for the tank class instead of the hunter class.
Yeah.
Oh, with that, you can whenever you actually do start to do other players, you can actually use that armor.
Yeah, and also the problem with legendaries as well is that there's a level cap to that. It's like, you have to be level 16 before you can use this.
Yeah, but whenever you get to that level, you can use that.
Yeah, but then at that point in time, you have to grind with another character to do something that you got for a first character instead of just being able to put it on the first character.
I mean, and I guess with the whole grinding aspect, I mean, there's like a perspective to look at it. It's like a clear versus muddy type of thing, where it's like, it's clear of what you have to do to reach a certain level, but it is so damn muddy on trying to achieve that. Like, you don't have any idea of where to go or what to look for or anything else like that. So you're just constantly grinding just for probably a lost cause most of the time.
Yeah.
Another thing is, whenever you're upgrading your armor, all the shit that you have to pick up, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
because
some of the stuff that's to collect on the planets,
like the helium filaments and the iron relics, they are just so hard to get.
Yeah,
they're a pain to get. But out of all that, we all still really like the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that we don't like about the game, but we love the game at the same time.
And I think it's just because it's a variety.
It's also because we don't feel like grinding. That's the biggest thing.
But I think that comes with the style of the game, the story, and everything that it involves. Because, I mean, there's a shit ton of grinding in Diablo, but I played that religiously.
Well, it's also because Diablo had more of a story.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the reason why I kept grinding so much, because I wanted to see every aspect of the story that it had to offer me. Where this one, it ended so quick, because I think I finished the story with you when we were playing, because you were helping me get there, because you had already gone above and beaten the game. But I was actually shocked when we reached to the final part of the game. I had actually no idea, and you were like, oh, that's it, that's the game. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it does end very abruptly.
I was like, I was only level 18 when the game ended.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it ends very, very quickly, and I think that's
Honestly,
because
that's a Second Son thing. Second Son was quick.
Second Son was very quick as well. First Light was longer than Second Son. It felt like.
I liked how you didn't have to always have to play multiplayer to level up, though. You could you could just go do shit by yourself or with a team.
Yeah,
I think another thing for me is I don't like replaying missions.
Mm-hmm.
In Destiny, you do that a lot. Like you replay the strikes and everything. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan because if you're constantly just replaying the same thing again and again and again, give me variety. Give me something that's actually besides trying to find legendary stuff, which goes back to grinding, which isn't going to want me to play again.
Yeah.
Give me different missions after I've beaten the game instead of replaying the same strike over and over again.
Right.
It'd be nice if they had an organic kind of engine that would constantly make new missions.
It'd be very, very nice to have that. I think the only problem with that is that if you did do that, it would be very hard for them to release new expansions in the form of other games. But I think that would be really, really cool if Bungie really wanted to make a 10-year plan where they didn't put out another game, but they put out new expansions and DLCs. An organic, pretty much living, breathing environment that actually replenished its own world with new challenges and new missions, that would have been perfect. That would have been a 10-year plan. And that would have worked out fine. Again, if you guys don't know who this is our friend Ben. He's off camera. He's helping us with the camera. He's a good guy. But let's do ratings for Destiny, because I'm pretty sure we could just debate this all day.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
So gameplay, graphic, story-wise.
Well, let's leave story out because there is no story.
There technically is. It's an underdeveloped story, but there's a story aspect to the game. I'll probably put this at like a 7.5 for me.
All right, 7.5 from B. What do you think, Bud Greg?
I'm gonna go with 10. I love this game.
You're going 10 out of 10.
It's I've played this game so much.
He does.
Is this your new Battlefield? Would you say?
Yeah, probably. But I don't play it online as much. Like I'm sitting here trying to still get full armor. I have yet to achieve that. But then again, I've been playing a lot of other games because Call of Duty just released and all that. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. My rating, I'd probably say about a. If we're putting story in there, I'd say an 8.5. The game's a lot of fun to play. It looks amazing. It's pretty solid, glitch-wise. There's not really that many glitches in it.
Greg, you want to talk about how you kill yourself a lot on Destiny?
Oh.
Well,
with a double jump, I always end up off the map.
Really?
Every time that I kill myself, it's with the Sparrow. Because I think, if I'm coming across, something, and I'm like, oh, I can go straight, because it looks like something I can ramp.
Yeah, no.
The minute I hit that ramp and I see, that yellow haze, I'm like, well...
Yeah, that one time...
That's not really a glitch, though. That's your own fault.
I didn't say it was a glitch.
I know, I'm just saying that's your own fault.
It is my own fault, but
I did
at
that
the same time.
2 times whenever I entered the moon. The first, initial time you go onto the moon.
In that one path.
I hit I jump on my Sparrow right away and fucking hook right off left and go right off the map. I did that once over a person. I free willied it and he just watched me. And
you just look down.
He's just looking down at me, and I'm like, "Help! Help!"
Oh my god, that's awesome. But I would probably say an 8.5. I like the game a lot. If there was more of a story, I'd probably give it a 9 or a 10. But now that our rating is done, it's Gamer Bible time.
Gamer Bible.
I don't know if we can actually use that, but alright.
Hey, it's just showing my love for Bad Lip readings.
Yeah?
We're on what? 12?
12? No, 13.
No, we're on 12. We're on 12.
Verse 12. And what does verse 12 say, Father B?
Unless your parents are open-minded people, they just don't belong in the game. Because I swear, if I keep getting censored because someone's parents oh, you're too perverted, or you need to watch your language, you need to have my back when I die. You decided to play the game. Don't get loud with me when I cuss your mom out.
I'm saying, too, if your kid is 13 and you're like, oh, I need to censor who my son or my daughter's talking to online. Well, then put it on a family account. There's different ratings on a lot of things. I know Xbox has this. I'm not sure about PlayStation, but on Xbox you can say family-friendly account, so that it actually filters out people like me him that we're looking for more of a competitive. We usually do like underground rating, so it's like we are cussing, we are perverted, and we do competition type gaming. That's what we're in for. We're not sitting here like, oh, Billy killed me. Oh, good job, Billy. You're good. You're so good at this
more
game.
Like, motherfucking Billy, son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's more how we are. We're not like, oh, you got me on
Fuck
that
you,
one.
Billy. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Trick me once.
So it's definitely not the best idea to, like, if you are playing with people that are like us, to have your parents come on, and especially if they don't know how to play the game. Because if we're in the middle of the match, and I'm getting shot at, and I need help, and your mom's sitting there spinning around looking up because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing, get her off the controller. Because if not, I am going to cuss out everyone on my team because she doesn't know how to play. And then I'm going to get reported because I said fuck too many times. And then, I'm probably going to go back one Gamer Bible verse and send you a picture of me flicking you off over Xbox Live. But that's just how it is.
I mean, or it's either that, or if we're playing like a hardcore, I'm killing your mom all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Absolutely.
She just...
While singing you a song of I'm Killing Your Mom.
Team killing fucktard.
Yeah, exactly. But that is it for the Bible verse, and that is it for our video. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. Let us know if you have any ideas for the Gamer Bible in the comment section below. Also, if you have played Destiny, please let us know how you feel about the game, if you agree with us or not. Either way is fine. This is a review. Everybody has their own opinions. But we want to hear from you. But until next time, we are One Up for Life. I am Bobby.
B.
Greg.
And we'll talk to you on the next one.